the national anthem of St. Lucia. Please stand for the national anthem of St. Lucia.
We have Central Castries in blue against DENNERY in the red and white. This is the first of two encounters here tonight. That of the St. Lucia City Professional Football League for 2025. Our second game will be contested between Backyard Valley and of course Rose Lane. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your game.
Of course, we want to highlight that the referees are all female. Referee, match referee Alvina Francis, assistant Cheyenne Sime, and her assistant is Cornelia Edmond, and the official is Nayaka McFarland. It's an all-female, and this is exciting. They just came from the CONCACAF, happened in Trinidad and Tobago. So we have a really tough referee officiating today as we get set for DENNERY versus Central Castries. As we get the briefing for our match referee, Alvina Francis.
Well, it's football time again. It's semi-pro football time again. And we are broadcasting from Grosile. Should I say the Grosile Mini Stadium? Not sure what it'll be officially named, but history beckons today as football action returns to the newly refurbished Grosile Mini Stadium. Of course, a tasty morsel to start off the evening with Central Castries taking on DENNERY. Elijah Williams in your company alongside the critic, Tennis in Glasgow.
Always a pleasure to be here. I can say it's the return of semi-pro. We are here at the Grosile playing field. It is still called the Grosile playing field, I guess, when they official ceremony gets underway, we will have the official name. But for now, it is the Grosile playing field. And we're taking in a first action between DENNERY and Central Castries.
Yeah, let's try to quickly run through some team news for you guys. For DENNERY, Anton Richard returns in goal. Newton Marshall, Maurice Etienne, Kendall Fauché, and Ethan Stanio Andrew. They make up the back four. Javel Fauché, Kenvi Polius, and Marvin Mathre make up the three-man midfield. And ahead of them, Sherman St. Rose and Shaquille William. They flank Torian Joseph down the middle. For Central Castries, Alton Lionel in goal, Todd Modest, Shem Ume, Benerero Wellington, and Giovanni Saltibus. An unchanged back four from their last fixture. In midfield, Penal Williams, Nathan Lamantine, and Anthony Christopher. And up front, the ever-present Jamal Wilfred, flanked by Raheem Lionel, and their standout player from the last fixture, Messiah Pinel.
Yeah, good lineup for both teams. Of course, it's always hard to restart after the break. But let's see if the teams can muster some discipline. And when I say discipline, I'm not referring to cards or disrespectful, but the discipline, the approach for the resumption of themselves, their team, the league, and see how best they can fit in too. Because the results have passed, and now it's time to look forward with this new start or the restart of the season.
Yeah, and of course, a new environment. The first time ever the Semi-Pro Football League is coming to Grosile. There were no games here last season. The venue was under construction. And of course, the official ceremony or official launch of the Grosile Mini Stadium will be taking place after this fixture. So lots to look forward to. So let me just say welcome to you guys overseas, following via the stream, and those locally as well, taking in some of the scenery as the stands, the main stands that is, begin to fill up the opposite end of the pitch. Some bleachers as well. It's a free event, so if you're around anywhere in the north and you'd like to venture to the Grosile Mini Stadium, feel free to do so.
As we always say, Eli, football lends itself to atmosphere. I think without atmosphere, there is no football. Football will be played. As I say, so a strike, Anton just fends this one off. Milk for the cat to a certain extent, and it will be possession for DENNERY. But atmosphere is quite critical when it comes to football. And I think, as we can see for now, the Grosile playing field or stadium kinds of, will be a venue that persons will want to look into, would want to come and watch football. A lot of space. It's very airy. The temperature is right. The lighting is right. I took a little walk on the surface. That is right. That is in itself quite white, right in itself. So, lots of attributes, Eli, that lends itself to football to create the atmosphere is right here at the Grosile playing field.
And two teams at the opposite ends of the table. DENNERY will be desperate to get 3 points from this fixture. Uncharacteristically, DENNERY have conceded a boatload of goals, and they sit comfortably at the bottom of the table, or uncomfortably, I should say, because they are trying to stave off relegation. And Central Castries, coming off of their last 3-1 victory, will try to be building some momentum from that and stay up in the playoff positions. Yeah,
Central Castries definitely know what they have to do. Similar to DENNERY as well. DENNERY has had a remarkable run last season. Good history in football as a district as well. But this time around, they will need more than just history to rebuild that setup that they have. And let's see how it all pans out for them tonight. But they're up against a good Central Castries team. Like I say, is the approach of the Central Castries team tonight. Let's see if they can, see what DENNERY throws at them. And I saying so, a ball comes into the area. Big clearance there by the central defender, able to stave up that attack and try to build one on the right side themselves. Number 19 trying to fend off the defender. Good trick there, but the ball went out of play. It is a throw-in for DENNERY. DENNERY has a lot of work to do, Eli. A lot of work. First of all, they must stop conceding and see if they can put some passes together, hold possession, and try to make some inway into the defense of Central Castries.
Yeah, they've been tinkering with their lineup quite a bit. Central Castries much the same, but mainly because of unavailability of players due to injury. Macallan John, who has been missed by them the last couple of fixtures, he returns to the bench, but their captain, Emery Alexander, is still out of commission, and their talismanic midfielder in the person of Shaquan Nelson Ants, he's also still unavailable. Of course, we know that their goalkeeper from last year, Aaron Daniel, has moved on. So has their top scorer in Young Francis. He's moved on as well. So much change along with the coaching staff. They've been changed as well. So much has been changed for this Central Castries squad. And due to injury, they found themselves having to tinker quite a bit. DENNERY, much the same. Lost a couple of players. But they've been trying to find the right mix. New coach, head coach in for DENNERY as well in terms of Elijah Marquis. So both teams sort of trying to find their way, but right now Castries obviously in a better position, sitting in third on the table, as opposed to DENNERY, who's sitting in ninth position.
All right, so basically it's a situation where Central Castries need to chat their way forward, look at the fixtures ahead of them, and see how best they can contain themselves and where they can gather 3 points to stay in contention in the playoffs. And similar to DENNERY as well, they have to look at the fixtures and try to realize which teams that they can take points off to push themselves away from the relegation standing that they have in the table as well. So two different objectives, and that makes the game in itself very, very interesting.
Yeah, what's also very interesting is the table, critic. 5 matches in, only 2 points separating the bottom team, Soufrière, and 5th place Grosillet. So Grosillet on 5 points, Soufrière on 3 points. So a win can catapult anybody up the table. And of course, it's a double round robin, so lots of football still to be played.
Yeah.
You know, so right now I think it's about building momentum and trying to establish a solid base.
Rightly so, as you say, so it is a corner in favor of Central Castries. Pernal William going across to take that corner. It's a new venue for the semi-pro. It's a new venue for some of the players as well. But again, we did promise that the semi-pro league will be going around every nook and cranny in St. Lucia to bring football to various communities. And as I say so, a short corner there by Central Castries. A little more execution on this one, but you could see the innovation there by Central Castries. Not taking a regular corner, but trying to put a little trickery, a little game into it, a little guile into it. It didn't pan out. As I say so, it is a clearance from a young defender who has had a very good season in himself for Central Castries, taking no chances, and it's a throw in now to DENNERY.
And just a little bit more team news for you. You'd probably realize that Elijah Joseph is not in the midfield for DENNERY. He's on the bench. And Jamie Prosper, MacGyver Raymond, who are normally in the starting lineup, they are also featuring off of the bench this evening as well. So both teams tinkering a bit with their lineups.
Yeah, well, you have to. I mean, of course, after a break, don't know if we are faced with injuries or little niggles here and there. Also, attendance in terms of practice, availability, a lot that can make you think of the lineup. Sometimes it's your point as well. You may just spot a weakness within a team, and you may want to employ a player in there just to get the better of his opposition. So a lot can happen in terms of tinkering. It shows that the coaching staff of both teams are doing their homework. It's all about execution thereafter.
Yeah, Central Castries may be looking to a little bit more magic from young Messiah Pinal. He wears the number 16, miscue there. In the defense, he was everything good for Central Castries in their last fixture. And they're kind of searching for that talisman at the moment with the unavailability of the likes of Shaquan Nelson, as I indicated, Macallan John, another creative player for them, now featuring off of the bench. And there is Pinel on the ball, losing out.
Then we regaining possession, going all the way back, recycling that football. Antoine using his feet. Quite comfortable You mentioned Young Pinel for Senor Castries. He seems to be the one to make this team tick. The attack definitely will be going for Young Pinel. Meantime, we see DENNERY using the flank. A bit of a heavy touch, but still able to put the ball across. Tad missing out on this one. And it's a corner to DENNERY. But again, we see DENNERY using the flanks, especially the left side, and the winger wasting no time but to getting the ball across. And let us see if we can see any trickery in terms of the corner kick for DENNERY. Pernal Williams basically shouting out at his players in terms of the positioning. Ball coming across. Central Castries a little rattled by this one. A lot of instructions, but they seem to be a little all over the place with this one. Causing a little disturbance there for Central Castries. Remember, Elijah Williams mentioned that their goalkeeper, their top goalkeeper, have moved on, and now they have a second string who looks a little shaky, not commanding so much.
Well, he definitely does not have the stature, the physical stature of an Aaron Daniel. So that's something that may be of a slight concern. He does seem to have a level of athleticism. So hopefully he will grow into the position.
It's another corner for DENNERY. DENNERY looking to get the tall players in there to cause a disturbance.
Yeah, Javel Fauché going across there to take that corner. Put in a dangerous area and goal kick.
Central Castries can now breathe. It's a goal kick. But DENNERY so far seems to be really up for this one. A lot of pressure in the goal area for Central Castries. Central Castries opting to play from the back.
Was Alvina Francis, the match referee for this evening. As we see Pinel foul there.
Free kick to Central Castries. One of the DENNERY players wanting to be a nuisance and wanting to go back the full yards. Pernal, if he can get this one in there with a little dip and pace. Again, opting playing to be short. The defense of DENNERY able to figure it out. Ball comes back into the area.
That's definitely not where you want Jamal Wilfred out there.
There's a good shot.
But
Defender clearing on the line. Possession maintained by Central Castries.
DENNERY in a dangerous position. Dangerous ball across and dealt with by Pernal Williams.
DENNERY still able to maintain possession. Keeping that ball away from Central Castries. Another ball attempt at all from way out, showing the intent. Instead of going lateral with the pass, opting to shoot from a distance. Not bad at all.
The DENNERY team critic, that's a hallmark, a trademark of the DENNERY teams. Give them an opportunity anywhere within 30 yards of goal and they'll pull that trigger.
So you're saying DENNERY shoots on sight?
If the sight is within distance.
That's a warning shot.
That's a warning shot.
Yeah, but that warning is not WARNING, you know. ONEIN. A warning shot. A good intention. This is what you want to see.
Of course, just in case you're wondering, the home team Grosley will be featuring in our second match of the evening, 9:30 Eastern Caribbean time, after the official opening ceremony, which will take place after this fixture. And they will take on Mabea Valley, a team definitely which has been showing their pedigree and making some noise thus far in the Premier League of the Semi-Pro Football League.
Yeah, that one should be very interesting. Grosley on their home patch. Can they come with a better showing? Mabea on the travels. Can they maintain the rhythm? But we're witnessing the opening encounter between DENNERY and Central CASTRIES, still poised at 0-0. And we see DENNERY trying to employ a long throw, looking for a flick on to a certain extent. Young Pinel, good touch there by Central CASTRIES.
A good tackle and good recovery there by DENNERY. There again. Shot attempted.
Young Pinel trying to break through the lines a little too much on this occasion. Alb is the deep line playmaker. He sets the tone for Central CASTRIES. Bit of a heavy touch there by the skipper. DENNERY again trying to shoot from all the way out. And that will be their second shot on target. A distribution by the Central CASTRIES goalkeeper, finding his man all the way on the right side.
Alton Lionel, the goalkeeper.
Just have a little injury. You see the physio for Central CASTRIES coming on.
That gives us an opportunity to pick up our sponsors. Of course, the Government of St. Lucia, by extension the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, the St. Lucia Football Association, Inc., Invest St. Lucia, the National Lotteries Authority, Brothers Cider Agents in St. Lucia, Auto Shop St. Lucia, the Bank of St. Lucia Limited, Courts Unicoma, ES Productions, and Flow.
Of course, the sponsors are the lifeline of the league. See some cheerleaders or some pom-pom girls in the far section of the crowd. It wouldn't be me if I didn't see them.
Correct.
There's a through pass there by DENNERY on the left side. Ball cuts back into the area. Good defense there by Tad, intercepting this one. Central CASTRIES is able to recover. Here we see Young Pinel taking it to the cleaners with them. All the way up the left side. Gets past several players. Here we see now a chance. Good defending there. Alton making himself big at this one. But good counter-attack there by Central CASTRIES. However, unsuccessful at the end. DENNERY able to regroup, and hold possession.
But there lies the value of Messiah Pinel to Central Castries, able to break through on the left, play a telling ball into the path of Jamal Wilfred. And it was a chance, critic.
Indeed, it was a chance. Indeed. Central Castries continue to play quite comfortable from the back. Able to play that ball into midfield. Of course, we have an all-female official cast. Nothing too troubling for the lady in the middle just yet. The Central Castries clearly have been missing some of the key players. We don't see that potent attack just yet from Central Castries. They've been there and thereabout, but clearly with the absentee of some key players, they seem to be just lacking that little firepower, especially in midfield.
Well, I would say not just in the attack. They look a little suspect on set pieces because the captain, Emery Edward Alexander, normally very commanding in the center there. As we see the shakiness that you spoke of a little earlier from Alton Lionel in goal. And as I was saying, critic, a little suspect on the set pieces.
Yeah, I've been watching the Central Castries goalkeeper for a while, and clearly he's not too confident. Tad coming to the rescue. That is the second occasion that Tad is coming to the rescue.
Looks like a clash of heads there.
Yeah, immediate attention. Yeah. Of course, the concussion protocol, but the players seem to be all right.
You mean follow the finger?
Yeah, you see, yeah, they seem to be all right. Everybody's okay. I can tell you, Eli, as a former defender myself, you gain confidence from your goalkeeper. And the Central Castries goalkeeper is like a plum tree branch.
And as somebody who ventured out into the open quite a bit as a youngster, I would suggest your analogy means that he's shaky and could break at any time.
Most definitely. And if you realize, you see how DENNERY is playing. Every opportunity DENNERY gets, they put that ball right within his reach. Earlier on, we saw 2 fumbles from him already. And then this is clearly a plan by DENNERY. You can hear the shout. DENNERY will shoot. They will shoot. They will make it uncomfortable. But a game is, you're supposed to grow as the game gets older. Meantime, we see Central Castries making some headway along the left side. Clearance there by DENNERY. Ball still in touch.
Nice crowd so far tonight at the Grosley Mini Stadium. I believe the seating capacity in the stand is somewhere around 600. And there's also some bays for standing as well. So I would guess that we're probably in the region of about 500 odd persons in the stands. The bleachers may have another 100 odd. And I suspect people are still on their way. Don't forget, it's not just an opening or launching ceremony, but there's also a show. A lot of St. Lucia's finest soca artists will be on show this evening as well. And entrance is absolutely free. So you would expect the crowd to continue growing throughout the night.
So the best of both worlds. We have football and we have soca entertainment. Refurbished facility, good sitting, lots to eat and drink. All we're missing right now is some goals. As I say so, we can see a raid on the right side, a foul on the defender. A little late of a whistle. You can see the Central CASTRIES players a little distraught by the late whistle. But it seems that he did foul the defender. DENNERY taking the time about it. Anton plays to the right side of defense, middle. Continue to carry that ball. Searching pass.
Would you say it's a pretty even contest thus far, Critic, in terms of, I think Central has created a half chance, and I think we've seen a couple half chances created by DENNERY as well, but how would you judge it so far?
I would put it, even Stevens, because it is 0-0. However, when you watch gameplay, the DENNERY team seems to be the one who has a little more aggression in terms of what they're trying to do, the execution, getting balls across, shots on goal, whereas I see a more methodical approach by Central CASTRIES. Central CASTRIES trying to play in some intricate passes, especially when you get to the last part of the field. So both teams have their way, but it is still even in terms of a contest.
Yeah, Central more of a team that likes to try to control the tempo of the game. DENNERY more of a gunslinger type of team. They can do a little bit of possession, they can do a little bit of counter-attacking, they do a little bit of pressing as well. They can drop back and be compact. DENNERY is sort of an all-purpose team that plays to the situation. Central CASTRIES generally likes to control the situation.
As we say so, a long throw-in. Anton able to collect easily. Hasn't been troubled so far. Good control. Searching pass. Gio able to deal with this one. And that was a little bit too much there by young Gio. You could hear the scream. Because, of course, if you hold on to the football, you will draw attention. The tackles will be coming in. A little theatrical. Somehow he may have thought he was at the theater of dreams.
Chen Blagoya, sir.
What dreams are made of. As Eli said, Chen Blagoya. That's one of the unique things about St. Lucia. You could be, speak all your proper English, but the patter will be injected.
Of course.
And I love it.
Of course. Our culture.
There is a ball.
Trying to go
Anton,
in there for
Anton able to deal with one.
Of course, St. Lucia Sports on a high. Not too long from now, our sprint queen, Julian Alfred, will try to do the double at the World Championships. Asia Lawrenson in there as well in the 100-meter hurdles. And of course, our St. Lucia Kings, they've been faring pretty well, currently at the top of the CPL table. Wondering if a goal is scored, if we might see the now world-famous wire dance.
Let me tell you, you say St. Lucia Sports, but I think St. Lucia as a country, as an island, is on a high. And I say so, player being blown offside. But generally, St. Lucia, I mean, I have a lot of friends in the international world because of, of work. And I can tell you, St. Lucia is often spoken of in every asset, in every facet. So clearly, I think we are blessed, Eli, to be born on this beautiful island. A lot has been happening. A lot has been happening. The Kings, like you say, hit you with the wire. So let's see if Dennery can hit St. Castries with the wire. Or St. Castries hit Dennery with the wire.
Well, as it stands right now, it's 0-0, so that means the game has a possibility of going down to the wire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we'll see.
The player looking for some assistance from the referee. But I like the spirit of the Senior Castries team because they're working for each other. Okay. There's a situation again from way out. I think if anybody will get on the score sheet for Senior Castries, it will be young Pinel. He seems to be the one who really has the attitude up front and can really take it to the defense of Dennery. I think we've seen a little much improvement in terms of Dennery able to contain at the back and not just concede easily. They're keeping the shape, so they may have done some work during the little break. You could see Elisha, the coach for the Dennery team, on the sideline in the technical area, dishing out some instructions. So clearly she has spotted something.
She will soon be off to play with the senior women's national team in the Windward Islands tournament. We're hoping to get a victory here. A much needed 3 points for this Dennery outfit.
Clearly Dennery are playing better. The chase, you want to hold up this one. Good control there by Dennery. Heavy touch. As we say so, the heavens have opened.
Heavens have opened and the crowd is scattering, those in the open bleachers. Of course, those who are seated in the stands, they're comfortable.
I'm no weather expert, but seems to be like a woozy. Yeah.
Does that mean that your friend's beard is on fire?
No.
That's the saying. Le bab kamawadu pudi fe.
Woozy sawu.
Yeah.
Good possession. We were able to recoup. Harry Spinell, easy touch. Start venturing into midfield. And look at good trick with there, good dribble. Get past his man. Get past two. A shot there by Pinel. Pinel will want to do better with this one. I thought he would probably cut back that ball into the area, thereby giving the striker an opportunity, because it would have been very difficult, Eli, to get some power on that shot with the right foot. But again, like I mentioned earlier, young Pinel seems to be the one who has the appetite for this sort of attack on Dennery.
Yeah, he's going to be brimming with confidence. All 3 goals as a result of his play in the last fixture. Created 1, scored 1, and the own goal was a shot off of his boots that ricocheted off of the goalkeeper onto the defender and into the back of the net. So he'll be brimming with confidence right now, which is a good thing. Only 17 years old, former student of the St. Lucia Sports Academy.
Some good things are certainly happening at the sports academy. I realize a lot of young players in relation to the academy, and if you look at the gameplay, the mannerism in terms of how they play, you can see clearly that they were taught the basics and they have improved. But it's one thing to play the sport, but you have to look the sport as well. You know, so I guess the academy instilled the discipline, the approach, and how to go about improving yourself. It's one thing attending the academy, but you have to improve. Dangerous pass there.
Dennery there.
A little better passing. And the CASTRIES escape on this one. There's a wanting pass there for Pinel. And the flag goes up. You could hear the moans of the crowd. It's one thing I've also realized, Eli, is that our crowds are becoming knowledgeable. And I don't want to hit anybody, but our crowds, our sporting crowds, are becoming very knowledgeable. We see it at cricket, we see it at football. You know, they're really in tune with what's happening.
They listen to the banter. That's why.
Yeah.
Jamal Wilfred there.
They held on to the ball for too long.
To his credit, did not appeal.
See a player down for Dennery. He's back up. Searching pass, trying to get ahead of the defense. Center back doing very, very well. Central CASTRIES is able to get out of trouble comfortably. But again, we see what Dennery is trying to do, trying to dink that ball, similar to when we watch games at the Mindo Philip Park. Because remember, a lot of our playing surfaces or fields incorporate cricket. So they have the pitches in the middle and you get a little hump, whether at either end. So teams are always trying to just ding that ball and have it do its thing, where players can run on.
A little turtle back.
Yeah, that's right.
Central with a throw in. Showers have abated, but there's still just a slight mist of a drizzle.
That's why I told you it's a woozy. Remember, I mentioned the word for you, you know. We didn't try to get on to brighten this one, because normally when you speak of weather in St. Lucia, you hear the terms partly cloudy with scattered showers.
Yeah.
That's what we did. That's what they say.
I think that's a scattered shower.
Yeah, no, it's a woozy.
It's a woozy.
It's a woozy. It's a woozy. Searching pass there by Dennery. Good pass. Cross comes in. Again, we see Eli, the Dennery team, what they're trying to do. First time crosses into the area. The defense for Central CASTRIES really coming up tops with this one. A little splice, but anyhow, you live to fight another day. And it's a corner now for Dennery.
Yeah, Shem made the number 6, just getting that one a little bit wrong.
Yeah, but what I would want to see, Eli, with the Dennery team, they've gotten so many corners now. They need to have a little more movement. Too many static bodies in there. A little more movement. Good save there. Good save, man, that youngster. But still alive in the area.
Did not look shaky there at all. I did say he looked like he had some very good reflexes and athleticism, and we saw that coming. Got down quickly.
Oh yes, he did very well.
Did very well.
Very well to able to deal with this one. I did mention the plum tree factor, but he pegged me back and realized that he has this athletic and also reflexive side of himself. Not bad at all, youngster.
And I think that's when you have an appreciation of a goalkeeper, is the total package. It's about the reflexes, about reading the game, commanding the penalty area. So in terms of balls coming across in the air, We've seen him look a little suspect, but definitely in terms of his ability to react, we just saw that he has that in spades. You know, I made mention of the main stands and the bleachers. There's also a VIP section as well. So even more persons in here than originally stated. Should I say by law?
Yeah.
By law. By law. Penal Williams.
Can we CASTRIES so far? And of course, we also know that there's this cloud over Penal.
Well,
He seems to be really up for it.
yeah, what I like is the fact that he's been very vocal. Doesn't wear the captain's armband, but you don't need to have the armband to display leadership. And he's at the heart of everything. He's pulling the strings in midfield. He's a strike there by
Right?
Williams. Anton Richard, national goalkeeper, undone. I was just about to say, Tennyson, that everything good with Central has come sort of around him. He's taking all these set pieces. He's pulling the strings in the midfield, of course, alongside young Pinel. And what a blistering strike. What a thunderous strike there as we take a look at the replay there. This one hit with his left foot. Bending, dipping, swerving. Too hot to handle for Anton Richard.
There's this, you would know. Because sometimes you hit a football and you already know. I think this is one of the free kicks that you could see. Was there, the ball hit, basically used the friends, the boots centrally. So it was hit correctly by Penal and thereby back in it. I think Anton to a certain extent wanted as the ball was Anton stout.
I think he got duped.
Yes, yeah, he will just
I think the trajectory that he thought, yeah. The main stands practically filled right now. Of course, Rosalie, a proud sporting community. They love their football up here. Oh, good save there again. Reflex save. It was hit straight at him, but he had to keep it out. Alton Lionel there getting called into action once again for Central Castries as we into stoppage time in the first half. And as I say so, the referee blows the whistle for halftime. It's halftime here. 1-0. Central Castries ahead against DENNERY.
Well, at the first half whistle between Central Castries, of course, DENNERY, our first game, and that of the Central Semi-Professional Football League for 2025. Central Castries is in the lead by a goal to nil. William in the 43rd minute, 1-0 in favor of Central Castries for DENNERY. Of course, to acknowledge our sponsors of this tournament.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind the scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying home sweet home with a home sweet mortgage. You are number one. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. See that new home, we get it. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Act now when you won't regret it. POSL. Bankers St. Lucia's enhanced home sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home flex, a home equity line of credit. Home quest for professionals building new dreams. And home switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home sweet mortgages, make it your own. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Need a new home, we get it. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise. The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make a name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. what we love. Let's go. Oh, 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 this is what we love. Oh, 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 this is what we love. Let's play. Oh, 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 this is what we love. This is a beautiful game and this is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Leveraging football to transform lives.
My journey into business began in one of the hardest moments of my life. In 2020, I lost my job from the hotel industry and my husband was temporarily laid off from his.
As a couple with young kids, at the time, we had to ensure that we had a steady income.
We decided to convert the lower floor of my home into vacation rentals. But we needed support to grow.
The credit union couldn't go any further and financing felt out of reach.
But everything changed when we were introduced to Elite Builders Capital, a product made just for us from Bank of St. Lucia.
With their help, we completed our last 2 units. 2 of our villas were inspired by our kids, Melo for Melody and Samo for Samuel.
Now we have 6 fully furnished villas, ready for more guests.
From the time I knock my knee, I think the eyesight go in.
But what's your knee have to do with your eyes?
Well, that's why I came for a checkup.
Côté Cox Optical, ou pas besoin d'appointement, avec examination yo toujours free. Docteur a bien indiqué un travail. Ou ça joindre lunettes à son crédit. Avec Sionica Discount NIC, ou kay joindre 50% discount plus. Changer, frame pour lunettes ka commencer à $1.
Hot Optical, on jésus moi. Higher purchase là, on jésus nous moi.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Shop with confidence and save big on appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Plus, with Ready Finance, shop today and pay later. No fine print and no tricks. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
My name is Roycelyn Terrence and I've been riding for 17 years. What I enjoy most about riding, the adrenaline rush that comes with it. One of the reasons I believe that bikers get into accidents, you get so caught up in enjoying riding that you don't remember that it's not only you on the road. A couple years ago, I was in a bike accident, could have lost my life, but luckily for me, I had this helmet. This is what saved my life and this is why I'm here with you today to share this testimonial. I'm telling you to stay safe, be vigilant and wear your helmet.
Of course, we're back with second half action right here at the Crozile Mini Stadium. Central Castries leading a 1-0 from a blistering strike by Punal Williams just before the halftime against DENNERY. Elijah Williams and Tennyson Glasgow back in your company.
Yeah, second half action, a strike coming in, flag gone up, offside call. The crowd was certainly into this one. And I just took a little walk, Eli, around the facility. There's a buzz. There is a buzz. It's the opening or the renaming, but there is a buzz in Grozile. Grozile is up next as well, so there is a buzz at the facility. And certainly with this strike from Punal Williams, it really, brought the half to a nice finish. And now we have second half. Also, I just happened to lend an ear to some of the instructions that are given to the DENNERY outfit by their coach. She seems not too pleasant in the scoreline, but she was really trying to remotivate her team into keeping their shape and to make half chances. So certainly Elisha has some work to do, and she spread around some instructions to her team. Let us see if DENNERY can come back or if Central Castries can increase the lead.
I think DENNERY looked rather dangerous when they were flinging balls into the box, when they were getting set pieces and getting balls into the penalty area. They probably need to try to get back to that. That might provide them with the half chances that can become full chances. Looks like the ball may not have been fit for purpose. So the game resumes with a drop ball to Anton Richard, the DENNERY goalkeeper.
Good going, referee. Sort of a big heave, a punt upfield, good control. Flag goes up. Central Castries playing from the back.
Dancing feet there by Gio. Loses out, and DENNERY again trying to get this ball into a dangerous area. Scuppered there by Central Castries, and no foul there. Punal Williams bundled off it.
Interesting enough, I thought it was a foul situation. You could see him pleading with the official. Like, what was this?
Well, Alvina Francis said it was nothing. And the game resumes with a goal kick to Central Castries. They say no harm, no foul. So I guess he wasn't harmed, so there was no foul. Tad Modest playing that ball in. Nice ambience here at the Crozile Mini Stadium, Critic. There's a big screen up along with, there are a couple of screens along with the stage area. Of course, there's live performances tonight. We got a little taste of Zionomi in the halftime, but you get the true stadium atmosphere here at the Crozile Mini Stadium.
Yeah, and that's what we want. That's what the fans want. That's what the players want as well. They need that energy from their fans. Of course, everybody wants to play in front of a decent crowd. It's all good and well that we have the live stream, but I always say that you have to be here, in person to really get a feel of what the semi-pro brings, and to also spur on your friends, your family, young players trying to create an atmosphere for themselves. But the live games, to feel the games in a live atmosphere is always welcome.
And semi-pro football continuing to grow in St. Lucia. We see larger and larger crowds, as if you juxtapose to what we saw last year. Got some pretty good crowds in V4 in Mabuya Valley, Masha City in the opening few games, and now we have another bumper crowd there in Grosile. Fizzed in there by Penal Williams. That clearance became an outlet pass, and DENNERY are on the counter attack. Nice combination play there, trying to get the ball in. Looks like it will result in a corner.
Yeah, you could see the one-touch interplay between the players trying to get past the defense of St. CASTRIES. It's a corner. And I always want to big up my brethren on the ES Productions crew. That's Dogu, guy responsible for all the graphics and ensuring that all the statistics are on screen. Seems to be on the quiet side tonight. I don't know if he, not up to it. But however, it's a corner to DENNERY. DENNERY trying to get back into the area. AR1 signaling for a goal kick. But once again, big up my partner Dogu, man, in productions, Also want to big up the main man in productions as well, that's Ernel. Are you aware, Eli, that Ernel was one of the fastest bowlers in St. Lucia at one point?
He will try to tell you that he still is.
I think he can carry a ball. I don't think he can bowl as fast like before. At one point, the guy was a real pace and fire. I think Ernel will do better than O'Shane Thomas for the Kings.
O'Shane. O'Shane, Gassa. I'm talking about him like that.
Yeah. A little stoppage in play. Player listed in some attention by the physio from the St. CASTRIES.
Of course, it would be remiss of me to not extend condolences to the friends and family of Tony Paul. So, we want to call him one of the legendary media personalities in St. Lucia.
Our good friend, veteran broadcaster, Tony P. Clearance there by St. CASTRIES. Ball still in the area. They're going to get a free kick just outside the box area. One of the DENNERY players trying to take a quick free kick. I don't think that will be possible. You need to solid it out and see how best we can get back into the contest. But just before that free kick, like Eli mentioned, condolences go out to the Paul family, especially his brother Andre Paul. Blau, of course, the Laclery guys down in the lane. The VBCC to a certain extent, behind the college as well. Former employees of Radio St. Lucia. I think TP touched many people in every aspect of his job. My good friend, we did the BPL Plus together. He supports Manchester United is similar to Eli. So a lot in common.
Yeah, I think his passing would have touched the entire media fraternity.
Yeah.
Condolences pouring in from all corners of the media fraternity, and rightfully so, with the stellar contribution both he and his brother Andrew have made over the years in terms of radio in particular, but I would venture to say in terms of broadcast media. And it's a heavy loss suffered. So once again, extending heartfelt condolences.
Let's see that free kick if we can bend it around the wall. Yeah.
Wow, that looked like it went off the upright there.
And I just mentioned bend it around the wall, and they up to keep it on a level. Good try there by DENNERY, resulting in a corner. And I don't really realize, Eli, but the goalkeeper, Lionel for Central CASTRIES, has made some timely saves. So he has basically kept them in the contest to avoid goals being conceded. There's another one. They wanted to do this one a little better. It's a second crack at it. Good defending there by Central CASTRIES. Yeah. Another corner there for DENNERY.
Ball swung in there in a dangerous area and getting fended off by Central CASTRIES. DENNERY sort of look like if they're going to get on the score sheet tonight, it might just be off of a set piece. They've looked the most dangerous, flinging balls into the Central CASTRIES box. Again, earlier on, making reference to the stature of the Central CASTRIES goalkeeper, Alton Lionel. Cat-like reflexes. But sometimes as a goalkeeper, you need the height, you need the length. So that's an area where DENNERY seems to be looking to exploit. Another free kick just on top of the center circle. And I suspect that one will be heading into the penalty area once again.
Rather disappointing in this one.
Tried something off the trading pitch.
But you have to give your team a chance. When you're down one, you get in those sort of situations, you have to give your team a chance.
I think particularly as they've had some measure of success crossing balls into the box. They've had some measure of success doing so. So you think if you persist at it, eventually
something could fall for
something
you.
will give.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, clearing that ball out of the area, allowing his team a chance to breathe. Foul on Tad. Ball going up. Late flag, but signal offside. Need to time those runs a little better. Good intention, but the timing of the run is important. Throw into Central Castries. Foul on Purnell. Possession to Central Castries.
Substitutions on deck there. Chauvis Okuli coming in for Kendall Fauché. And Elijah Joseph coming in for Marvin Mathre. Elijah Joseph, normally mainstay for Dennery. Not sure if he's probably nursing a little bit of an injury.
There's a through ball. There's an opportunity for Dennery. Lacking composure right there. You can hear the roar from the crowd a bit disappointing. Wanting him to do better. He opted for power.
I felt he had an opportunity to carry that one into the box a little bit more. Opted to just hold up and take a shot from distance. Always going to be difficult. Dennery on the attack again.
Another upper strike on goal, but wrong destination.
Of course, McCallan John instead of Jamal Wilfred. McCallan John normally operates down the flank for Central, but it's going to be in a central position for Central.
Good interplay there from Dennery, coming from the back. Cross comes in.
Dangerous ball in.
Central defender able to clear this one. Again, we see Dennery going via the flanks to get that ball in a dangerous area. for someone just to pounce on it. And that's a very loose pass. And it's a goal kick now for Central Castries.
Yeah, 10 minutes into the second half, Central have not looked as cohesive as they did throughout the first half. I must say they've not been able to get the ball to Messiah Pinel just yet. Penal Williams, who scored that blistering free kick, also not been on the ball that much. But they still lead Dennery 1-0. That's the most important statistic on the night.
There Anton Richards getting an awkward bounce, playing this one out of touch. And one time he did it, the crowd is really on his case. So it is a throw in now for Central Castries. Will Castries go via a long throw in, and somebody might just get to just nod it on from a first pole area. Long throw. The referee indicated it's a goal kick.
Look like a corner?
Look like a corner to me. Especially where we are in the gantry. We are well positioned.
Well perched.
That's correct. Sort of a loose pass there from the midfielder. And then we're able to keep possession.
Well, Fauché dropping.
Poor first touch, ball going out. Possession back onto Central Castries. We haven't seen that little extra bite from Dennery, knowing that they're one down. And of course, it is in the second half. Now you need to change a gear, Eli, in that game where you could add a little pressure on Central Castries because they seem to be quite comfortable at 1-0.
Well, I just wanted to make the point just a second ago before the ball went into touch. Javel Fauché, the number 21, seems to be retreating between the two central defenders of Dennery as we see a ball coming across there, dealt with by Central Castries. But Fauché seems to be dropping between the two central defenders of Dennery when they are out of possession, in an attempt, I think, to try to start the play from the back.
Yeah, the defenders quite comfortable to deal with the attack. It's a one-prong attack by Central Castries. That is a foul in itself. I would love to see Dennery take it to Central Castries some more. If you realize, Eli, Penal is after every free kick, whether it be long, whether it be short. He's the man involved and ensuring that he takes all free kicks for Central.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. He probably has the best delivery of all the players. Maybe in the absence of a Shaquan Nelson, might be somebody who's a viable candidate. You definitely cannot argue with the pedigree, the quality of Penal Williams, as we see the Dennery attacker turning the Central Castries player inside out there and ends up with a corner. Very positive play from the left flank of Dennery.
That's what I want to see. Down one, show me some impetus, show me that you want to get back into the contest, and the only way you could do so is by taking the attack to the defense. You know, too many of side passing here, side passing here. Take on your man.
Dennery still in possession there. 1 2 nifty touches around the box. I think Central Castries have read the script, critic. Because every time we see Dennery, a Dennery player, you know, basically cock that gun to fire, a Central Castries player is in the way to provide a timely block. They've not really had any clean looks on goal from distance. Most of the threat has come through balls coming in across in the air from the flanks. Very curious substitution there by Central Castries. Not sure if he may have picked up a niggle, but Penal Williams subbed out. In his stead, Rivaldo Shalmine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like you just indicate, Eli, maybe a knock had been missed out on, or may have carried one in, or the plan was to, at that stage of the game, ride it out. Probably needing some fresher legs in midfield. Could be a strategic substitution.
Well, I was making the point a little earlier on that we had not really seen Penal on the ball as much in the start of the second half. Him alongside Messiah Pinel. It stands to reason that he's probably carrying a little niggle and he wasn't able to be effective. And as a matter of fact, as a result of him not being in the game that much, I think that's why Messiah Pinel has not been in the game that much as well.
Yeah, he's been starved of the football. And we know how dangerous he can be. As we say, so he gets a touch. There's a very good pass there. Going diagonal with this one. Ball coming across again. Trickery. But it would be interesting to see how Central Castries progress. Not much left in the encounter, but as anything else, you want to cement those 3 points. And you would want a player of Penal's stature in there, lots of experience. But then again, we are on the commentary end and we don't know what the situation is with technically. So let's see how it all pans out for Central Castries.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'd want to guesstimate that the attendance here at the Groseley Mini Stadium somewhere between 1,200 and 12, 13, 1,400 odd patrons in here.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Good crowd.
Decent turnout.
Very good crowd. It's a corner now for Dennery. They have not been taking those corners how they did in the first half. That ball barely gets to the first pole. Let's see if they can do better. Like I said, barely gets to the first pole. Disappointment right there. Surely it's not the way to claw back yourself into the encounter.
Well, if you ask the folks from Dennery, they'll tell you that they felt that they should have gotten more points than they've had thus far. They've let a couple of games slip away by conceding late goals.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about is young Pinel plays a through ball pass. And defender surely getting the better of the attacker. Anton Richards clearing all the way down. Yeah, well, as much as the fans would have, or the players would have been disappointed in terms of points dropped, the table surely doesn't lie. Surely doesn't lie. Ball coming off the defender, Tad. Corner again for Dennery, this time on the other side. Let's see if they can do much better. I've always learned it's always something to deal with when you make substitutions in terms of corners. Let us see if then we can capitalize on this. It kind of sort of destabilize the defense to a certain extent whenever you make a substitution when a corner is about to be taken.
Yeah, a couple of them already made for Dennery. Raheem.
And there's another corner for Dennery. Dennery certainly racking up the corners. If corners were points, Dennery would be home already. Unfortunately, football is not this way.
Zachary Larish is in for Raheem Lionel. Shem Joseph replacing Shem Ume in defense for Dennery. For Central, sorry. Two substitutions for Central Castries. Again, a little bit curious for me to critic. Dennery has huffed and puffed, but not really had any sort of serious threat. And to make a change in the center of your defense at this point in the game, you have to wonder if there's been a little injury.
Oh, very good pass there. Unfortunately, not able to hit his target, but good intention. And the clock continues to tick. We're about to hit the 80th minute mark.
Oh, good pass there. Dangerous. The ball going across. And great goal there. And you did indicate that he would be the one to get on the score sheet. Messiah Pinel making no mistake. Ball squared. 2-0 Central Castries over Dennery. Anton Richard hung out to dry there by his defense, but that was a telling pass there onto the right flank, and the ball squared there across to Messiah Pinel. And he's the informed player there for Central Castries. Dangerous, the ball going across. At the great goal there. And you did indicate that he would be the one to get on the score sheet. Messiah Pinel making himself an assist.
So good substitution by the technical team of Senior Castries. Good one-touch football. Ball, of course, tied off on the right side by Gio. Just using that flank, using that pace. And the substitute, of course, very good pass. Just cutting that ball across. And young Pinel, with his first touch, just knocking this one back. And finding the back of the net. Here we see another effort there. Again, he was still in the moment of cutting the earlier ball back. Again, he could have taken another touch and square again, but football.
I think a lob was on.
Yeah, it was as well, but
the
excitement of the pass he played earlier, he was still within that frame.
Didn't get his composure.
That's right, he was still within that frame. But it's all well and good when substitutes come on and make a mark in the game. And like I mentioned earlier, young Pinel will get on the score sheet, so said, so done. He's certainly in form. And his game is very simple as well. So that pass basically was made for him. And now we see Central now putting in a little more bite. And it's just a matter of just going for the rigors right now and securing the 3 points to leave the Grosile Stadium with. Good save there by
Larish
Anton.
in again and just scuppered there by Anton. Richard in goal for Dennery. All sorts of mayhem being caused there by Zachary Larish coming in. He's been in 3 times already. Critic, the first one squared across for the goal. Second one shot off target. The third time saved by Anton Richard. But in this brief cameo, he's probably produced as much offense as we've seen Central Castries produce the whole night.
Yeah, but you have to take into consideration his build and his strength. Of course, Eli, you would know the term like of a flat track bully.
That's right.
That's what Larish brings. So the central defenders for Dennery, they've worked tirelessly. And you throw on a guy with this sort of build, he's going to have his day. He's going to have his day. Here he goes again. And he puts the weight on those defenders. They don't know how to deal with it.
Reminds me a little bit of Wilfred Boney, although he wasn't Boney. Similar sort of build and stature.
Yeah, those guys know how to bully defenders and find their way. There's a little bit of Jokeres as well.
Okay. Had to get that in there. That's okay. We accept it for what it is.
Yeah. But comfortable Central Castries have been, as much as Dennery may have just offered a little something up front. But not enough to shake the net of Lionel.
Well, you can definitely see Central Castries more confident as they now have that 2-goal lead. Trying to zip the ball around. The pressing is more intent. There's about 6 minutes of regulation. And then whatever stoppage time the official deems necessary.
See how he muscles his way. He keeps fighting despite the scoreline. Good defending there by Central Castries. The spin is one out of touch. Shot coming in.
Block again by Central Castries. Tell you they've read the script, critic. Block again By Central Castries.
Yeah, they're working for each other. They're working really hard for each other. Spinel, good control. Try to play Zachary in. Anton losing this one in the light. A big heave.
I would have liked to have seen Pinel take that one on a little bit more, allow the defenders to commit to him a little bit more.
Yeah, but he knows fully well that they need him. So I don't think he wanted to risk going down the flank where there were about 3 defenders already looking to see what they can do. So I think it is good, it is sensible. You don't want to get an injury so late in the encounter. You're already up 2. So let's work with the clock.
Good ball in there, and guess who clears it out? Messiah Pinel.
Yeah.
He's doing it on both ends of the pitch right now for Central Castries. Dennery at this point sort of look like this team has been knocked out of them.
Oh yes.
Crowd has quieted down as well. I think they've accepted the way this fixture is going.
There is Zachary. Good tackle there by the youngster.
Yeah, looked like a good clean tackle there.
Yeah, good tackle.
Just want to remind you guys viewing online, you'd normally expect within 15 minutes of Game 1 being done, the stream for Game 2 would have started, but this evening is a bit of an anomaly, history in the making, as we are going to have the official opening ceremony of the refurbished Grosile Mini Stadium. So that's going to be happening between I was just reliably informed that you can go to the parliamentary representative for Grosile, the Honorable Kenton Casimir. You can go to his social media page so that you could see the proceedings between the 2 matches. Of course, Grosile will take on Mabrea Valley in the second fixture this evening, as this one sort of peters out to an end there. 89th minute of play at the Grosile Mini Stadium, with Central Castries still leading by 2-0 against Dennery.
Yeah, Dennery still in possession. Still believe that they can get something. Of course, we must have that element of belief. Young Lionel bent on keeping a clean sheet. Put into play there by Dennery.
Goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Long throw out there by Richards.
Again, attack down the left side. Trying to put this one across. Then we have been trying, you just haven't fell their way. And they often say so in football, you have to work a little harder, so sometimes it can fall your way. They have been trying, but they need a little element of luck in there. Not much time left. And certainly the crowd is touching almost maximum to a certain extent. The bleachers are well occupied. The VIPs are well seated. They're even bringing in some extra seats. Covered stands, persons are well placed.
Well, we still have 4 minutes to go, Critic.
Yeah.
Fourth official indicating 4 minutes of added on time.
Lionel. Clean sheet, Lionel. The ball has been stuck up there for quite some time. Lionel having to fend this one off for corner now for DENNERY. Unable to judge the bounce. That reaction, that noise here in the stands, I suspect it's the parliamentary rep for Grosile just passing through.
Correct.
Yeah.
Getting all set for what's about to come.
Oh, yes. And we see Lionel again in action, fending this one off. Ball still in the area. He's on the ground. The referee has indicated that he needs some attention. Again, one of the hallmarks of being a goalkeeper is bravery. You have to be very brave to be a goalkeeper. And Lionel has certainly showed bravery.
Yeah, he's done pretty well tonight. Made a couple of outstanding saves when the game was still sort of in the balance.
Yeah. I know there are some firemen in our mix. Those guys have to be brave as well. You know they have something called firemen games. St. Lucia, the firemen games, where they have to run up the pole and go down and climb the ladder and over there.
That sounds like what happens at New Year's for Square.
Greasy pole.
Of course, we always want to big up our servicemen and women. Always work tirelessly to ensure our safety and our comfort. Even when we come to socialize and enjoy the beautiful game.
Yeah, so far it has been incident free. I can't recall a yellow card being dished out in this game, can you?
No, neither have I. I have no recollection.
It's been a clean game. Quiet as well. Central Castries has been able to rest Pernal William. Looking forward to the next encounter, and when he went out, they increased the score.
Goes according to plan.
Sure bet. There's Zachary. Not ready for that pass, but you could see the intent there by Zach.
Yeah, McCallan not able to get a hold on that one. You said well played by Larish. A bit of skill there on the touchline to get his way out of trouble with two defenders. I think DENNERY needs to get this one up quickly if they're going to try to get something from this game. I think there's time for the interplay and foul call there.
Not much time.
One last heave.
A Hail Mary. See if they'll get the grace.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's find out.
He had to get that one, or else
Yeah, he had to get it right.
might have been in
But
a
he
bit
did
of
good.
trouble there.
Yeah, he did very good coming across and intercepting.
Good way to kick off the night.
Yeah, of course.
Looks like this one will end 2-0 in favor of Central Castries. Don't anticipate that the match official will be putting on any additional time once this one gets into play. I think it's going to be what you normally say.
Curtains.
Curtains.
Well, as soon as the curtains go down on this one, you're going to raise the curtains on the showtime aspect of tonight. So lots of curtains in store tonight.
Well, I guess not. We're into the 7th minute of added on time now, and whistle has not gone as yet. Still playing on. Still playing on. Don't think there was anything in the 4 minutes of added on time to warrant the additional 2.5 plus minutes, but we still play on.
Better passing could have got him in.
We still play on. Now 3 minutes added on time to the added on time. And there you have it, folks. 2-0. Central Castries over Dennery. Goals by Panal Williams in the 43rd minute. And Messiah Pinel scored the second in the 79th minute of play. Of course, for myself, Elijah Williams, and the critic Tedderson Glasgow, we'll catch you guys the next fixture. It's at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget, you can head on over to the Minister's social media page so you can watch the official opening ceremony of the Groseley Mini Stadium.